I've been so fascinated by what has turned out to be Women's Week in Space. Could not have seen this coming. Truly could not have seen this coming. Okay, so basically, just to bring you up to speed in case you are just like living your life or whatever. There was a Blue Origin, they went up. I don't know what to call it. Because some people get offended when you call it a trip, but then other people get offended when you call it a mission. So it was a flight. It was a flight to space. So on this flight to space, on this Blue Origin flight to space, you had Carrie Ann Flynn, who's a film producer. You had Lauren Sanchez, who is Bezos' fiance. You had Aisha Bowe. I think that's how you pronounce her name, and she's an actual like aerospace engineer. And then you had Amanda Wynn, who is a bioastronautics researcher. Which, when I saw the words together, I was like, every once in a while you'll see somebody who has a job or a field of study that makes you feel dumber than is fair. Do you have it? Because you'll just be living your life and then they'll be like, I'm a bioastronautics researcher. And it's like, is that the Iron Man? What do you... I don't know. She went to Harvard, so you had Carrie Ann Flynn, you had Lauren Sanchez, you had Aisha Bowe, you had Amanda Wynn, you also had Gail King, and then you had Katy Perry. You had this set of individuals come together to go up in space. So here's what happened. Basically, they went on this Blue Origin flight. Now, Blue Origin is owned by Bezos, and it is like space tourism, pretty much, where they will send you up there, you'll fly up there, and you'll look around, and then they drop you, but it's like completely safe. And there was a bell. I don't know what the point of the bell was, but there was a bell that they rang before they got in, and ringing the bell was how you could tell that Gail King didn't really want to go at first. Like that. That was tough. In case you didn't see it, I think Aisha just rung the bell. She was all happy. She was like, "Yeah!" You know. Gets into the little craft, and then Gail's walking up behind her, and she goes, I've only seen that face one other time, and it was when my mom was trying to teach me how to drive. I love my mom, and I know my mom loves me, and I know that my mom, but she believes in me sometimes too much, you know? Like, my mom would say the stuff that parents are, like, quote unquote supposed to say when you're a little kid. You can do anything you put your mind to. Ooh, you know, you may not get it now, but if you work harder, you're smart enough to figure it out. All of the positive affirmations you're supposed to give a kid to get them to accomplish something down the line, something difficult, right? Something that may seem nearly impossible. And I really believed my mom when she told me these things. When my mom told me, oh, look, you may not be the fastest, the strongest, you may not be able to grasp something right away, but if you put your mind to it, if you put your mind to it and you read that sentence over and over and over again, eventually you'll get it. And then if you keep doing that with the whole book, you'll understand it. You know, it's just, my mom was, always imparting on me that enough attention and hard work could get you to the places that talent got other people easily, you know? And these are important lessons. I look back at the things that my mom said, and not only are they true, but I wish more people heard them, because sometimes when you just pump somebody up too much initially, you give them a false belief that they'll just get it or it'll just come to them, and then when it doesn't, they're more likely to give up, right? Whereas if they're told off top, you're not that good at this, they'll know that there's something to work towards, and that the thing is possible, that everyone who ever accomplished anything wasn't already good at it. It took work, it took perseverance and everything. And I believed my mom when she told me all these things, until it was time for her to teach me to drive. Because when we got in the car, my mom was making a face that didn't exactly say, you can do anything you put your mind to. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I mean, like if I could do anything I put my mind to, I'm putting my mind to driving, and then you get in the car with me, you sit in the passenger seat, and you going. I'm starting to think that there's more to this whole thing, you know. And so Gail walked up. They all get in the craft and they all pop off. They all get in the... It was shaped weird. But I'm not an astronaut. I'm not a physicist, I'm not a scientist, so I will be using the wrong terminology a lot. Be patient with me. But this rocket craft, this, it wasn't because a ship feels substantial. You know what I mean? Like the Death Star feel like a ship. This feel like the tip of a rocket. Feel like they got in the tip of the rocket. And so they in the tip, and they leave, right? And so they but up, you know what I mean? Like they driving but up, right? And so they shoot right up into the sky, and they're gone, right? And I thought, when I heard about it initially, I thought, oh wow, they're gonna be gone. I didn't know anything about Blue Origin. I didn't know anything about the flight. So I thought they'd be gone for maybe, who knows, like a week or something. Like I thought it was gonna be. I was like, man, Gail gonna miss some, you know, Gail King's on the morning news. She gonna miss a couple of days. You know? Katy Perry's got a whole tour that she's starting off, like, and I'm sure that, you know, Aisha, like I'm sure the people with like jobs I can't pronounce also have somewhere to be. So I'm like, they're gonna be gone for like a week, and then they came back almost immediately. It was 11 minutes. I didn't know it was gonna be 11 minutes, and honestly, 11 minutes. Because here's the thing. The whole thing is a very cool sounding thing, and I've never done anything like it in my life. So I'm not diminishing what it must be like to go up that high. I'm just saying I've been on runways for an hour, and I feel like for what it was, they should have got some more time up there. That's just me. I'm not. Do you see what I'm saying? Like I'm saying, if you go ahead and you do all this stuff to go up there, like don't make it a high five. Like let me be up there for a while, and then they come down, and it looked like they landed hard. Now I've both heard from friends, and then I read a whole thing about how there's this thrust that they use with the landing where it basically goes off one time to sort of soften the blow a little bit on the way down, and it goes off one more time to make sure that you don't slam into the ground. That being said, enough dirt did move that I thought they slammed into the ground pretty hard. I thought they were all going to be flat when they opened the door. When I saw that, I was like genuinely worried. I was like, it made me by myself sitting in my apartment go, oh! And it doesn't help that the audio also doesn't sound great. I don't know if you've heard the audio of them coming down, but they're up there in space and they're floating and everything. And then when it's time to come down, all you hear is, oh! It's the most garbage, like, It made it sound like they were hurting them in there. Like, like, no, listen to it for real. It sounds insane. And don't get me wrong, if it had been me in there, I can confidently say, if it had been me in there with them, you wouldn't have heard anything. You wouldn't have heard anything because I would have already passed out a hell of a long time ago. I would have passed out so fast. As soon as I saw Earth coming back fast, I would have been like, no, thank you. You wouldn't have caught me screaming because I would have been unconscious. There's no way. I wouldn't be up here. At most, you would have got a like that's all I'm hitting you with. No, that was crazy. That was crazy audio. It honestly felt like, okay, because it did low-key feel like what happened in the landing was like somehow everything Gail was worried about going up. You know what I mean? Because this is also what happened. The only other time, I know I was talking about my mom teaching me to drive and everything, but I think the other thing that makes you make a face like that, like ring the bell, and then walk towards the ship. I think the other thing that can do it is like a bad pep talk. There are good pep talks. There are pep talks that like really bring it out of you. The thing that the person saw in you that was giving you the pep talk, it comes out through their inspiring words, right? You see it a lot in football movies. They're like, Coach, we can't. Coach, we can't get another touchdown. They big. They big and we not as big. Coach, we can't do it. All right? They're big and they're pushing this way and we're trying to go that way. Coach, it's impossible. We cannot get another touchdown. I know all we need is another touchdown to win the big game and not feel like losers, but it'll never happen. And then the coach is like, you listen here. You listen to me. Because I'm the only one with a discernible accent in the film. You can tell me all day what you can't do. But even when you say it, even when you say you can't do it, you know what's in there? It's can. Keep saying that you can't do it. Keep saying that you can't do it. Every time you say you can't do it, you're saying you can do it, but you're adding extra. You don't need the extra. You can do it. You can do it if you just want it bad enough. How bad do you want it? How bad do you not want to be a loser? This team, they beat you every year. That's why we're doing the film. Every year, they beat you. We covered it. And we even covered in the foreshadowing that one of you is going to have a lifetime injury. But every year they beat you in this game that doesn't really mean anything. But you put your bodies on the line to lose out of fear. You don't have to be afraid anymore. You got to put your bodies on the line one more time. This is your very best I want from you, because this is it. You're seniors. this is all you have, some of you are barely going to graduate. And none of you are making it to the NFL. So unless you want the last game that you ever played in your entire life to be a loss, you'll go out there and you'll put your joints, your tendons, your cerebellum. You'll put your knees, your ankles, your Achilles, your MCLs, your ACLs, your finger joints. You'll put it all on the line, all for the sake of that American pigskin to get to the other side. Because this is war. This is exactly like war, except you're not really fighting for anything. And when you win, when you win, when you make it to the other side, when you get that touchdown and you're standing there and they topple over the field goal post, which is going to cost thousands of dollars, and everyone runs on the field to try to lift you up, and they hurt their backs because they're old. But you're all this town has, because industry left decades ago. And so they'll try to lift your oversized bodies on their shoulders. But it won't work because everyone in this town somehow has sciatica. So it's not going to be pretty. But when they lift you up, and you, quarterback, when your girlfriend tells you she's been keeping it from you the entire season, but she's pregnant, you'll be like, wow, at least my son's going to have a winner as a father. And you, running back, when you're holding your leg hoping it's not that bad, it is that bad, by the way. Hoping it's not that bad. You're dragging it, trying to celebrate with everybody because you're behind, because everyone sort of ran to where the touchdown was and you were hurt so you couldn't get there, and then everyone trampled you, but you got up, which is important. When you're all lifting your helmets like they're the helmets of warriors, I want you to think about this speech. I want you to give yourself this speech every day that you go to a job that you hate. Because this is how you're going to get through life. This is an all-American pep talk. Now go out there and win. Or don't and hate yourself for the rest of your life. But go out there and do it, right? I felt like Gail got a way worse pep talk than that. I feel like Gail's pep talk was just like, girl, why are you so nervous? You ain't gonna die. You know how hard it is to die? You're not gonna die. Just because you're going miles above the earth and then they shoot you in there with fire, you're not gonna die. It's just, you know what I mean? It's going to be a little explosion under you, and then that's going to shoot you up in the air, and then you'll be in space. You'll be floating. And I'm sure they got it under control. I'm sure you're not going to float forever and then never come back. I don't even think they would let that happen, all right? And then when you come down, I'm sure it's going to be fine. I'm sure you won't be like, oh! Like, I'm sure it's gonna be fine. When you head back down, I bet you it's gonna be so smooth. You're gonna be floating down in a little parachute they do, and then I guarantee it. And then when you fall, you know, when the little craft hits the ground, you won't break your back at all. You know what I mean? That's already been done. We talking research in the 60s and 70s where people came back down and broke their whole back. That's not you, okay? That's not gonna be you at all right? All you gotta do is just trust the experts that have already built this thing. Trust the people that trained you and went through the process of what's gonna happen, and trust that, you know, at the end of the day, God is in control. So if it's your time to go, it's your time to go anyway. It's not like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, you do all the math you want, but if the Lord wants you, he'll take you. And that's, you know what I mean? That's not, you know, we not on our time, we on God's time. And so if God wants you to die right now, you be dead. You know what I mean? It's like, why are you worried? Why are you worried? Just, you made everything right with everybody before you went, right? Like, it's not like you even need to. I'm just saying, like, when they close the door, just ask for forgiveness, and then let what will be, you know? Que sera, serat. No, she just looked like she had one of those rough pep talks that had her like, okay. And they went in there. And when they shot up, they had about, to read this part, I wasn't sure, but they had about 4 minutes of like weightlessness, which I thought was zero gravity. It turns out it wasn't actually zero gravity. They were falling, but slowly, because they went up to the, I'm going to mispronounce it, but they went to like the Carmen line, and the Carmen line was discovered by this dude named Carmen, named after himself. That's what dudes tend to do. It's my thing, so just so you don't forget who brought you here. But yeah, Carmen was, he was German. And, you know, I had the absolute pleasure and the honor of going to the Jet Propulsion Lab today and getting a tour. Well, don't clap for me. I didn't know anything before I got there. But I got a tour, and they were explaining that Carmen was German, but he came over before. He wasn't a Nazi. He came over before everything really popped off in Germany, and then he actually helped develop rockets to shoot at the Nazis. He was kind of the most opposite of a Nazi you could be. He was kind of like, hey, get him, right? Which did make it awkward when we brought those Nazi scientists here. That's gonna be a quiet day in the lunchroom. You just eat your sandwich. It's like, oh, hello, Hans. I see you made it out. Beautiful weather. Yeah, basically, they went up to the Carmen line, and then when you go past the Carmen line, that's like when you're like in space. Now, admittedly, I didn't know any of this, so I thought it was all space. I thought as soon as you left, it was space. I'm not saying I've ever been on a flight and I was like, ugh, space. I'm saying like they were high enough that they saw the moon and they saw like the corners of the earth that just looked cloudy, and I was like, that looked like space to me. It's very spacey. And what I loved about them floating, so a lot of people gave them like a ton of flack as if they were just taking selfies the whole time. It's not they were taking selfies, there's just cameras in the thing. They were looking at the cameras, but the cameras are above the window, so everybody's like, why are you looking at the camera? Look out the window. It's like, no, they were looking at both. They can see the window because the camera's right above it. And so they were looking in the camera some of the time, but you can see where everybody's looking out the window too, and they were weightless, so they were all excited. They're like, oh, look. And they were like, one of my favorite things was at every stage, there's just so many there's so many shots of Katy Perry floating in front of the camera that were genuinely very fun. Like someone will just be in the middle of like, and then Katy Perry. Man, yeah. That was great. That was dope. Like, and she just had stuff too. There was one point she had this daisy, and I was like, all right, yeah. I guess. She had like her tour set list there. I was like, y'all let Katie bring anything she wants on the flight. That's wild. Man. I was half expecting Katie to bring a picture of Katie up there. That was dope. And they were having fun up there, you know. It was nice to see people, you know, have fun. Then they came down and everybody was so mad. Everybody was so mad at them. Everybody treated those 6 women like they were another reboot of an all-female Ghostbusters. Everybody. People were so mad at them. They landed and people were like, why'd you go in space? Why are you floating, Katie? Like, geez, son. Man. And admittedly, they got out, and I did see Katie's interview. Right when she got out of the craft, and look. All right. I'm gonna do my best. Okay. I know when somebody is like annoying or odd online and you say one thing, you're one person that says one thing, it's not in your mind that big of a deal because you're one person saying one thing. You might not even be saying anything that nasty. You're one person saying one thing. But if 10 million people all say something, we are now piling on one person who didn't do anything but be, I don't know, I guess a little tone deaf or annoying or whatever, right? So quickly, what could have been like a couple people being like, that's not it, turned into the entire internet being like, oh, send her back. That's me quoting Wendy's. You know Wendy's, the sandwich company. You know Wendy's of baked potato fame? Wendy's was like, send her back. And then even, you know, Katie's team shot back at Wendy's like, how dare you wish death on Katy Perry? It's like, all right, both of y'all need to chill because she didn't die the first time. They said send her back. I don't think anybody's wishing death on her. And then, you know, she had her interview, and I've been the person who has tried to help the person who didn't hear what they sound. Okay, a good example is there was a foreign exchange student one time at my school, and whenever people transfer, especially like the year has already started and it transferred, right? That is an easy target for other kids. That's a kid that's not, I'm not saying they have to get bullied, but are potentially gonna get bullied because now anyone who is at the bottom of like the high school hierarchy, there's a new person. We don't know anything about this person, so unless they prove that they're very, very cool, very, very quickly, they can be at the bottom. And because no one wants to be at the bottom, the people that were at the bottom also pile on this person, right? And so I remember just being in conversation with people like, hey, chill, leave them alone. I know they're a little odd. I look back, I was bullied. I was bullied when I was a kid. And now as an adult, I look back and I'm like, bullying is wrong, but I do see where a couple of them were coming from at certain points where I was doing the most. Like there were a couple times I did open myself up to some scrutiny. You know what I mean? Like there are a couple of days that I could have not been humming some musical theater number so loud in the boys' locker room. Like I could have not invited some of that in. I know I was just being myself, and everybody should be allowed to be themselves, but there's also common sense. And I don't know. Yeah, I was definitely in that situation one time when I was a kid. And I was like, hey, look, I know that they're different, but they're different. Just chill, right? And then one time they took out all the crystals, put them on the desk. Class hadn't started yet. All the crystals on the desk. Everybody, look, what you doing? It's like, oh, I'm using my crystals. And then I was like, all right, y'all, be cool. Be cool. And then they grabbed 2 of the crystals and they're like, I'm like, nah, see, you're not helping me help you. You see you're not helping me help you right now. Who else in the class? Who else doing it? I'm not saying don't be an individual. I'm just saying you know these aren't good people around us right now. I don't want anybody to be just bullies for being themselves, but yeah, she comes out and they ask her, some questions. And admittedly, this is the other thing people got to keep in mind, that some of the questions they asked her were a setup, because that person interviewing her was not like a journalist. I'm pretty sure they worked at Blue Origin. Because the first thing they say to her is like, you're officially an astronaut. She didn't say that. They said that to her. And she was like, thank you. And then they were like, tell me how you feel. And she was like, I feel so connected to love. Y'all be cool. See what I'm saying? You see, this is how it happens. I know. I heard it too. I know. But y'all be cool. Because Katy Perry was doing a lot. In fact, Gail King, they asked Gail King. They were like, hey, what was it like? And then she was like, oh, we get up there and Katy actually sang. When we were up there, she sang What a Wonderful World. We were up there. And to me, just to me, that sounds like a little too much. We only gonna be up here for like 5 minutes. I don't know if I want to be floating listening to what you've elected to sing to us. It wasn't like they were floating like, Katy, now! Like that wasn't, I'm guessing, I don't know. I'm not saying anyone didn't enjoy it either. All I'm saying is that that's what Gail King said, and when she said it, I had hoped. This is what I genuinely want from the bottom of my heart, is for Katy Perry to have sang What a Wonderful World like Louis Armstrong. That would have been fire. I'm not gonna lie. That's a Katy I can get behind. If people, I see in rain, railroad through, floating. If Katy Perry had been floating, singing What a I see I think to myself, be amazing. Oh, that would have been incredible. That would have been. Look. That's the thing that I don't know how much they paid to take that flight. I would pay that much money to see Katy Perry do that, floating. That'd be amazing. But you just, in your heart, you kind of know that's not what she did. You know what I mean? You know she did it in the most like theater kid way possible. You know what I mean? You know, they in space, they float, and you know she was like that. Go ahead and plug up that one ear. Try to find the note somewhere. And you floating too, so it's extra hard to find. People were so mad. I didn't even know, I don't admittedly know much about space at all. I don't at all. That's the wildest thing, is that I shouldn't even tell you this, but basically, okay. So I went to the Jet Propulsion Lab, and they showed us this, these arrows that are basically tracking pretty much like all the things that are known, right? So pointing at Mars, pointing at certain like planets, moons, everything, and the arrows will randomly change based on what they're pointing at. And admittedly, this is how dumb I am, right? I was confused when everything wasn't just pointing up. I'm not a flat earther. But I can't see how people get there, because in my head, it said Mars and then it went left, and I was like, Mars ain't left. This thing broken. Mars ain't left at all. That's crazy. Mars supposed to be up. I'm getting an attitude in my head. I'm like, Mars supposed to be up. What you mean Venus down? That's where China is. People don't have any sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's wild. They just It went to point at Saturn, and it was pointed at me. I was like, this thing broke, dog. I'm telling you. No, I don't know much about space, and there were so many people that were like, they faked the whole thing. They didn't even go up. They never went up at all. The whole launch was AI, and then when they landed, that was a tape from a different time, because those people definitely died. And it's like, no, they don't need to fake it. They don't. I'm not trying to come out in support of like Blue Origin specifically, but it's like they don't need to fake it. This is like the 11th one that they did. They did like 10 of these already, and no one cared. Like, they didn't do the whole press run like they did for this one, so they just did 9 of them in peace. The first one that they did, I think, was William Shatner was on it, and he was like, I was saying all this space stuff, and it's like, bro, you also... Like, that is the one thing I'll say. That is like the one critique that I have of the internet's response to this, is that it's like, a part of me is like, y'all are mad because it's all women. You know what I mean? When William Shatner got off and he was saying all the space stuff, you were like, oh, William Shatner got to go to space, that's so cool. And it's like, yeah, that is cool. That it's cool for anybody to get to go to space, because it's space. It's rare, you know? But you can't let him off the hook for saying like hoity-toity stuff just because he played space. This is my thing. Maybe I'm the only one that feels this way, but I was happy for Gail that she got to go. I know that she's not, you know, like an astronaut. I know she's not trained in this sort of thing, but Gail needs a break. We make Gail interview everybody before their life fall apart. We made Gail interview R. Kelly right before jail. Don't act like you don't remember that. We made Gail sit there. R. Kelly know he going to jail too. You could smell the jail on him. He knew he was going to jail. That's why he was sitting there, didn't know what to do. He was half singing, half crying. Is this working? Sweating, people coming up to blot the sweat off, and you're like, y'all kidding me? Hitting notes while he screams. Gail had to sit there the whole time. Robert. Robert. Oh, these cameras on. I hope these cameras on. Robert. Gail need a break. Let her have a break. You know, let her go to space for a second. Because there's not that many differences. Tons of similarities in the people who went up to space and the people that went to Coachella. There's a ton. Both have potentially horrific bathroom experiences. You know what I mean? Like true, imagine. Because first of all, you at Coachella, right? And you just trying to get through your day, see your favorite bands, have experiences with your friends. You're financing this thing. It's going to take you months to pay off, trying to make the most of it. And so maybe, yeah, you had a chili dog before you came. Now you're standing there, sort of stand dancing, listening to Weezer. Sick riff comes in, and right then you feel it. Not a quiet one. A quiet one is your body telling you, hurry. You ever have one of those quiet ones that like, it's just a moment, and only you know it happened. You're the only person in the world that knows. It reminds me of those moments in a horror movie where a little kid's like, run. So you book it. You go out of whatever badge area you have and everything. You don't care about anything. You're just running, trying to get through. And what do you find? A line. A line to use one of the most blown out porta potties in the history of America. This thing is like a little wooden. It's like they're not even supposed to be wooden anymore. This is from Woodstock in 1977. Same thing. You know, maybe try and make the most of life. You get this incredible experience. You get to go to space. You get to go to space with these incredible new women that have come into your life through this experience. You've had your 2 days of training together, getting to know each other, doing this like op-ed together and everything, and you try and enjoy life to the fullest, and so you do. You get ready to go on this space trip. It's going to be 11 minutes, but they're going to be an incredible 11 minutes of your life. And so yeah, before you leave home, you have a chili dog. You have a chili dog, and you're walking on, and you ring the bell. You're having a good time. You strap in and everything, and right as you strap in, you're waiting to take off, and you hear. They take off, you feel a couple G's, you're like, no. You get into space. You almost touch the Kármán line. Then you hit the ground. You hit the ground. Plop. Okay. I made it. 11 minutes. I held it together. You pop out of the little pod, trying to calmly look for the nearest bathroom. Everybody clapping. Everybody clapping. Oprah there, the Jenners, everybody clapping. And then somebody runs up. How's it feel to be an astronaut? Can I tell you in 5 minutes? Oh, there's a ton of similarities with Space Trip and Coachella. Both cool outfits. You know, people at Coachella usually make theirs, but they have these cool suits made and everything. Both things sponsored by Amazon, sponsored by Bezos. Both things yield really interesting, esoteric captions on Instagram. They ask Katy Perry how she feels, and she goes, I feel so connected to love. This is the most powerful spiritual loving experience I've had, second to the birth of my child, right? And be honest. Tell me that's also not Instagram caption about Coachella. Like if we're being fair, you know? When I watched Katie's interview right out of the pod, I was like, y'all clouded this woman just because the edibles hit. Like, everyone was so mad. They were so mad. And I don't even think they're mad at like Katie or any of those women. I don't think they're mad that like the thing is like tone deaf in nature or whatever. I think they're mad because people are like having a hard time living. Do you know what I mean? It's like they are kind of like the easy placeholder right now for how we feel about how the actual world is. No one's really mad at them. If they had gone and come back, you wouldn't have known. That's how little it affects our actual lives. But we're mad because we see it, and we see like, because the thing with a Blue Origin as well is we don't actually know how much it costs to go up. And we know some people get invited to go up and some people have to pay. But they do a thing, and this is very crafty. This is how the rich stay rich, right? We know that it's like $150K deposit if you want to go. We don't know what the next installments are. And I feel like we don't know what the next installments are so they can charge people different stuff. Because maybe you put down 150 and then you have to pay another 150 to go up. And then you put down 150, but you got to pay 500,000 to go up. And as long as y'all don't talk, it's all good. Because these people come together from all walks of life and all these different places in the world, and they go up. But for a similar flight, for a similar flight to what they did, there was a guy who paid $28 million, right? He's allowed to be mad. He's allowed to be mad that anybody got to do it for free because 28 million, even if you're a billionaire, 28 million is still a dent. Like that's wild, 28 million. So I'm just saying, it's wild that thing, we're assuming anyone on that flight had to pay. I can't imagine Bezos making his fiance pay. You know, I don't know if anybody on that flight paid. And I know that the only poor version that we have of what they did is froyo. Because you ever been filling up your cup and you don't have that much of your account, so you gotta fill it with hope. You gotta hope that like, that's a lot of air. That's a lot of air. Let's just put it on the weight right here. $5.50, thank goodness. One time I was getting froyo and I was by myself, but there was a woman checking out before me, and she had stuffed it, got the cookie dough in there, and she had the M&Ms. She had a couple extra flavors, and it was high. It was like a little pyramid of froyo and everything. And then old boy went to ring her up, and it was $135. And I was like, I know he lifted the scale because I'm looking at $17 easy. And then it was my turn. And I put my little one flavor with 2 popping bobas in there. And he rang me up for $13.59. And I was like, so, you got your thumb on it, or what you do? This is crazy. Because I don't think we're that mad at them. I think what's actually happening is that it's very hard to get by right now, and it's hard to escape. And I don't know. Everyone could use a little escapism one way or another, and we're losing access to that because whether you want to go on spring break, and spring break is the most expensive it's been in potentially recorded history. or you want to just go to Coachella. Dude, Coachella tickets. So I didn't even know this was happening. Apparently there are people that are like financing their Coachella trip in like installments, like they put Coachella on layaway. And it's not like some people. Apparently it's like 60% of ticket goers are like on a payment plan for Coachella, which is insane. That's wild. That you, in increments, long after, you still paying for Coachella long after Coachella and stuff. And then you see these people who get a break. They get to go to space for free. And you know they could have paid. You know they could afford to pay it. You get angry. And I think people would be less angry if they just went ahead and whether they did a whole flight or half a flight filled with people who just need a break. You know what I mean? That's all you gotta do. Just get like two of the most tired moms you can find. And you barely have to pitch them. It's like, look, you will be weightless for 5 minutes. They'll be like, put it in my veins. You know, just find like one server who's done like 2 doubles in 2 days. You will go to space and you won't be able to hear anything. Yes, that sounds right. You know, somebody's down on their luck, just needs a pick-me-up. Somebody who life has been incredibly hard for. You just grab them and you tell them, hey, I'm going to give you a trip to space. It won't be long, but it'll be spectacular. You will see Earth in the way that few people will ever get to in their entire lives. You'll see the beauty of the entirety of the planet, and you'll see how small all these people, all these problems, all these things are in the grand scheme of the universe. And Katy Perry will sing What a Wonderful World like Louis Armstrong to you. It'll be spectacular. Y'all been amazing. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all so much. Y'all have a fantastic night.
Flew from Jimmy Fallon to Winnipeg. So yeah, he's upgrading pretty quick. He's also been at Just for Laughs his first time in Winnipeg. Please welcome to the stage a very funny Mr. Josh Johnson.
I am Josh Johnson. Did Fallon last night and then came to Winnipeg, which is also very beautiful. Everyone is very happy here. People smile a lot.
Before the show, I saw 2 of you high five. That never happens in New York. No one has ever. People are just like, don't look at me.
Some people I worked with in Chicago have been here. At least they said they were. I believed them. I didn't see them here. They loved it. Some New York people have said great things about the club. They're excited to come.
People think you won't survive the cold. Have you ever had your life saved when the stakes were incredibly low?
This is really my first time spending a weekend in Canada at a club, which is great. This place is awesome.
I guess we're all doing better than Diddy. Oh, what a week. All right, if you don't know, I'll try to bring you up to speed very quickly. Basically, Diddy has been the devil for decades. And it's really only this year that everything's sort of coming to roost, right? It sort of started with a lawsuit brought by his ex-girlfriend, Cassie, and in the lawsuit is detailing horrific things you will feel sick if you read the lawsuit. And Diddy said it was all a lie. just nothing but disgusting lies about his character, and he settled the lawsuit the next day. I don't know about you, but I've never been lied on so hard that I was like, you better stop lying about me. I will pay you as much as you want for you to stop telling me all the stuff I supposedly did. I want to make sure that this is, how much does the check need to be? It won't be in escrow. It'll be in a check form in the morning. But I will pay you as much as it takes for you to stop lying before people start looking into what you said because everybody else is saying it. No, it's crazy. And even more recently, more allegations and more investigations have been going into Diddy being, alleged. Legally, you have to say it. Being an alleged sex trafficker and everything, to the point where, this week, the FBI raided all of his houses at once, just to make sure, every single one, at the same time, make sure he wasn't house hopping or anything, just going everywhere. They grabbed all the homes and the homies, and they pulled everybody outside, and it was truly astounding to watch, because if you've ever watched, I watch a lot of news, so I remember, the Roger Stone raid. Anytime the FBI or Homeland Security does a raid, it's a weird hierarchy that you notice, because they'll show up to do the raid, right? So FBI or Homeland Security, they'll be fitted up, right? Top to bottom, they got the AR-15, they got the vest on, full body armor, they got the boots, they got the helmet, and then sometimes they actually have backup is SWAT. So then SWAT is also there dressed like SWAT, and we know what SWAT is dressed like, and then it will just be the regular police. And it kind of made me feel bad for the local police, because imagine you show up to work and all your coworkers look like Call of Duty that day. And you just have to show up with your chest. That's unfair to them. If I was a cop, I'd be like, y'all ain't got any extra ARs in the trunk or anything. I can't hold something. Y'all just showed up all prepared. Y'all said he dangerous. You know what? I'm gonna wait next to the car. That's what I'm gonna do. Y'all, this is bull. I'm not doing. And truly, watch any FBI raid. All the local police are next to the cars in the street. They're like, no, they gonna get him. They gonna get him. Oh, you better watch out, because they coming. All right. But yeah. They raided all that dude's houses at one time, pulled people out, were interrogated people, were trying to look for stuff in the houses. And meanwhile, a lot of people have been waiting on Diddy's downfall for a long time, so they track his movements. And I want to take a quick second, because a lot of people, as this is mainly a black thing, knowing about Diddy. It feels like the world didn't know, but black people, we knew. We were like, nah, something happening with him that seems off. I don't know if I love that either. That's just been us for 2 decades with Diddy, just being like, did y'all see that? And so a lot of other people are catching up. So then there are things, when anything like this comes out, there are things where people ask, why is everybody talking about it now, coming forward now, stuff like that. I want to be clear. Diddy is not like a Harvey Weinstein in that way, right? Because with Harvey Weinstein, everyone started coming forward, and then people were like, why didn't y'all say something sooner? Look at him. We would have believed you. We don't do a good enough job of believing women, but with Harvey, I'd be like, whatever y'all say he did, he did. I can just see it from his bill that he did whatever. But Diddy's a very different thing. Diddy's scary. A lot of people are scared of Diddy. And you want to know one of the reasons why people are scared of Diddy? Because of where he comes from. There's gangsters, then there's gangsters. Okay? Diddy's dad has ties to Frank Lucas. If you don't know Frank Lucas is who Denzel played in American Gangster. That's who Diddy's dad hung out with. That's who Diddy's dad did business with. So when you ever rewatch American Gangster and you see that scene when Frank Lucas, Denzel, stands up and in the middle, broad daylight, middle of the sidewalk, a dude disrespects him and he pulls out a gun and he shoots him in the head and kills him in front of everybody because he knows nobody will say anything. That's who Diddy's dad ran with, right? That's who taught him his like ABCs and stuff. You know what I mean? When you see that scene, that's a bone-chilling scene because it happened. That happened. He did that. He killed someone broad daylight because he knew no one around would say anything, right? So when you see that scene and you see Denzel do that, just know that one of the extras in the background, at least one of those kids, is Diddy. That's terrific, you know? And that's why people get so scared of him, because we know that he just moves differently, you know what I mean? And a lot of people have been waiting on his downfall for a long time, so when the FBI was raiding, people were like, where is Diddy? And you know how these kids are now? They're very smart. They can track anything. They track Diddy's plane. And so while the FBI is raiding all of his homes at one time, Diddy's plane is leaving America. And I don't mean getting fueled up. I mean, the plane is over just blue. That's the ocean. The plane is gone, right? And the plane is headed for Antigua. Now, Antigua is still extradite. So a lot of people are like, why would he be going over to Antigua? Then other people said, hey, maybe he's landing in Antigua because everybody knows that's his plane. He's going to land in Antigua. He's going to get on a friend's smaller plane, and he's going to go to a country that doesn't extradite, like Bali, right? So then that plane lands in Antigua, it comes right back. When it lands, turns out Diddy was never on the plane. He was in Miami the whole time. This man is a terrible rapper and an incredible villain. I've been thrown for a loop consistently with him. Like, this man should be in a James Bond movie. You know, a lot of people are just waking up to how Diddy is, you know. We knew. You know how you know that we knew? Diddy's the only black billionaire we didn't root for. It's a very big deal when you get a black billionaire. We're always like, oh yeah, oh he did it. You know, I remember when that guy, you know that guy that gave the commencement speech at Morehouse, and at the end of the speech he said he was going to pay for all the kids' student loans. That moment went viral. It was crazy. Kids were crying and everything, jumping up, screaming. I looked it up. I found the guy. His name was Robert Smith. Turns out he's a billionaire. He didn't give me any money, but I was at home like, we got another one. Diddy became a billionaire. We were like, good for you. I don't know about y'all, but I absolutely love when home drama spills out into the world. You know what I mean? I don't watch a lot of reality television, so I love when a real life couple just can't take it anymore. You know what I mean? Like they have to have it out, and they have to have it out now. And now is here. And here is where I am. So I get a free show. You know? I think it happens a lot in New York City because we don't have space. Like y'all have real homes here. Y'all can be like, we will discuss this later. In New York, we don't have that. We're like, I want to argue in private at home, but home don't have no elbow room. I want to argue where I can move a little bit because I'm passionate with my movements. Now, if I'm arguing at home, one time I was arguing at home and I went like this to be like, oh, wait, you know, just like to hold it up, and then I hit my elbow, and there's no way to look right when you just stand there like, you know, so sometimes couples just have to have it out in that moment, you know? And I was walking. I try to do this at least once a week. I was on a walk, with no AirPods in, all right? Just really like be around in the world, you know? And I think it's an important thing to do because it opens you up to what's happening around you. And I would have missed this had I had my AirPods in. I was walking, and as I'm walking, I see this dude bust out of the door of his house, right? He's running down the stoop of his brownstone, no shirt on, anything, looking terrified, like, what? And so I turn and I see what I can only imagine is his girlfriend or wife running behind him. And I was like, all right, this seems awesome. Let's see how it goes. And she has something in her hand, but it doesn't look like a gun, so I'm like, I'm willing to stay and see this through. Because you know, if it's a gun, people get upset, they miss. Now she done shot me, I'm bleeding out. I'm not even part of your love. I'm laying there holding my wound, y'all done worked it out. Like, this could all be for nothing. It's just she's holding something, but I can't see what it is, right? And as he's running down the stoop, she runs down with him, and she gets to this specific step, and then she goes like this, right? She goes like this, and then a piece of what she was holding flies out and hits him in the back, and he goes, ah! And then she lets go of the other thing that she was holding. It slides down the stairs, and when it slides down, it's close enough for me to see. And when I look, it was the sleeve of a Hot Pocket. This woman done burned the hell out of this man with a Hot Pocket. In the known universe, there are about 4 states of matter, right? There's gas, there's liquid, and there's solid. There's also plasma. Now, plasma can reach a temperature of about 45,000 degrees Fahrenheit, and just under that. Close second is Hot Pocket juice. Hot Pocket juice must be studied. This will burn your soul. Hot Pocket juice is far too hot. It is absolute insanity, okay? Because we've all been there. We've all been there where you were hungry, you heat up the Hot Pocket, that's going to be quick, and then you went ahead and you put it higher than the instructions say, because you know when you follow the instructions, the middle cold. So then you put it at least 2 minutes higher than the instructions say, because you got a different type of microwave. Your microwave doesn't work like the box says. And so you put an extra 2 minutes, but now we're into heated territory that no one, even the people at the company, are aware of, right? And then you pull the Hot Pocket out, you hold it by the sleeve, and you wouldn't even be in this situation if you could just be a gentleman and wait, right? But you're hungry, you're greedy, you can't help yourself, and so you blow, you do blow. You do. You give it a good try, too. You blowing the bread. You're not doing anything for that juice inside. That juice is still bubbling like lava. Wait to bust out. And so then you take your first bite, and because you're hungry, because you're being greedy, you bite too hard, the juice pops out, it hits your lip, and you go, ah! Now you coughing because steam coming out of your mouth because you got the corner bread in your mouth with all the juice burning everything. Burning teeth. Just burning. Inexplicably, just burning and burning and burning. It's terrible. This woman was running after this man. We don't know what he did. I didn't stay for an interview. This woman was running down the stairs after this man and had the Hot Pocket sleeve in her hand and reared back like an ancient weapon. Reared back. flung the hot block out, flung it like she had done it before. Like, she must be burning him weekly to have this sort of aim. If this was a game show, I could never sling it and hit what I wanted to hit. And she hit, not only did she hit him in the middle of the back. She hit him in the spot, so it's in just enough of a position that he can't really reach it. Like it's not here and it's not here. Like this man is fighting for his life right now. She gave him 32nd degree burns. And my man's like, ah! And I want to help, but I'm like, I'm not gonna burn my fingers. Like, and then I had never stopped walking the entire time, but I did take off into a brisk jog because as he was holding the railing of his stoop, I saw her lift another hot pocket. I was like, let me leave before I witness a murder.
Welcome to Josh Johnson's show. I'm Josh Johnson, joined by my co-host, fellow stand-up comedian Logan Nielsen. Logan, how you doing, buddy?
I am doing well, man. How are you?
I'm doing pretty well. I'm excited for today. Today's been on my mind for quite a while.
Why is that? Tell the people why you're...
Okay, so...
Talk a little bit louder, sorry.
Okay, if you remember, we embarked on an adventure a few episodes ago, a porta potty adventure, and we asked listeners to write in with how they think the sequel would go. The sequel to the film that we have yet to make. Mm-hmm. And I always find that the best films think way ahead of budgeting, casting, all that stuff, and they just write out all 2 or 3 movies initially. And so that's what we're here to do.
They always say don't write to your limitations, is what they say.
Write to like the very edge of your imagination.
Yeah, right to the crimes you want to commit on your audience.
So
I'm going through and starring them right now, and I will say, Josh, we've got quite a few.
Yeah, we're going to be reading what you wrote in as far as sequels to the Porta Potty adventures.
Okay. You want to take turns reading these too?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. You want me to go first, or you want to go first?
You should probably go first.
Okay, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've got 8 here right now.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, geez. So I want you to just pick 1 through 8, and I'm gonna go with one of those. I have not read these yet, so if they suck, it may get edited out. So just letting you know that now.
1.
Okay, I'm gonna start right up here then. Like I said, I did not read these. This one's mostly just title, so I like this because this is from Vincent, and the title of this email is 2 Porta 2 Potty : Tokyo Skid. And all the email says, it just says, in this one, the shit really hits the fan. That's it. Like I said, I hadn't read these yet, but that's all it says.
That's so funny. Wow.
Points to the title, though.
Yeah, points to the title.
I like that.
Let me see. I'm going to pull up just really quick for people listening now. It's not that many episodes back, but if you are looking for context to this episode, it's JJS number 117, Porta Potty, a true crime story, is where this all started. And so these are sequels, projected sequels.
I guess we didn't explain. Do we need to cover it all, what the story was? But you just pitched the idea of a murderer who blows up toilets at every crime scene, and then I believe it devolved into really just a man.
I mean, it's actually best to not recap it because I feel like it would just lead to confusion. Only because none of it that we've read, none of it that we will read, none of it that we've said is happening.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, so basically just, we try to make our show as evergreen as possible, but basically if you want to, this is a true sequel. You got to see the first one. This isn't some Marvel shit. We're going to recap a bunch of movies up top to try to make sure you're with us. Sorry.
Because I think what we would
this is Lord
accidentally
of the
do,
Rings 2. You better have seen the first one.
we would accidentally take as long as the first episode took to explain it.
And write our own sequel while we're doing it. Okay, do you want to read one, or since that was a short one, do you want me to do another one?
I can read one.
Okay. So here, all those highlighted ones. Go ahead, choose your own adventure there.
All the highlighted ones.
Do I sound okay? I feel like my mic sounds. Does it sound good to you?
I mean, you sound so different to me than you must sound to yourself.
Okay.
We should actually switch headphones so you can see what I mean. Because you're telling me to like talk louder, and you're telling me, but I swear to you that.
Well, I know. I asked you to talk louder because you were coming up low.
No, I feel like both of us are yelling right now.
Really?
In my ears, yeah.
Yeah, my headphones. Just once I plugged yours in,
We can switch if you want, because I would much rather hear less than hear what I'm hearing right now.
Well, you don't have to wear them if you don't want to.
Yeah, but clearly you should wear so you can hear what.
These won't reach to you though.
All right.
This is a shorter.
Okay.
I'm just saying it's a shorter cord. You're far away from.
I'm
saying
with
you don't gotta like be angry about my
I'm
logistics
not
of
angry at all.
measurements.
I'm not angry at all. This one, let's see. I'm just gonna. Okay.
That's all staying in.
This is coming from. Do you say the name usually? Because I try not to say the name unless they say the name in the email.
I tend whatever they sign off, or I tend to just work in like a first name.
There is no sign off. So this came from someone with the first name Bria, and that's all we know. Hello.
Have you never listened to our show? And how I read the emails? Good Lord.
I know I read the emails, but this is the first time in a long time where there's just nothing to go on except the actual
This is
email.
our 122nd episode. And you're like, do we say names?
No, I know we say names, but this might be a real name, and as long as I don't say the last name, then I think we're good.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah, but you're like, oh, when I say the name, and it's a lot. Hello, J-Lo. I would love to dance with the idea that the two men Anna had unfortunate dinner dates with were actually in collaboration. Enter the porta potty dynamic daters, PPDDs. Wow. Okay, that's a truly it's barely a deep cut, but it's a medium cut. So
there's two worlds colliding now.
Yeah, so someone has written in and they've combined Anna, who has sent us like emails chronicling the dates that she went on that were horrible, and what we came up with for the porta potty adventures, the true crime story. So a lot is happening right now. The email reads, foot fetish scares his target into excusing themselves to the bathroom so they can escape an embarrassing situation, and then boom, gray man strikes. Oh, also the title. This is my bad, actually. The title subject line of this email was foot fetish and gray man as the porta potty villains. So that's why it makes sense that it's the Anna and the other thing.
Yeah. This is why I don't let it. I want him to read emails more, but it makes sense why he doesn't now.
Boom, gray man strikes. Gray goes BDSM on the bathroom, and together the boys would move from restaurant to restaurant, humiliating their victims, greatly inconveniencing the janitors and staff of the restaurant, and stumping the detectives and police on their trail.
Can I say right now that going BDSM on a bathroom is a thing I'm going to start saying?
Yes.
Be like, man, I ate a lot. I'm about to go BDSM on this bathroom. It's about to be gray, man.
I really don't like that.
It's about to be 50 Shades of oh no in here.
It's really upsetting. I couldn't help putting these two stories together as I've been playing catch up on your most recent episodes, all conspiracy theories / stories aside. I wish the best to everyone involved in these stories.
Yeah, whether the story is real or fake, I just hope everyone's fine.
And to Anna, I hope you find a man who treats you right. Absolutely love the show. Thank you both for all that you do. Well, thank you, Bria. Thank you so much. Thank you for adding an extra layer that I didn't see coming. Maybe there is some sort of extra person that besides the main villain in the sequel, you know?
Well, maybe what we find out is that the killer, the murderer that the detective is chasing, he is following the man who is having the bathroom troubles to cover up his own crimes. You know what I mean? To lead the police after him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think I know what you mean.
You know, it's like he's trying to as a scapegoat a little bit. Mm-hmm. I like that.
Yeah, let's keep it.
Okay. Yeah, let's keep it. Yeah, after each of these, let's decide if it's staying in or not.
Yeah, let's just keep it in there.
Okay, this one here. Okay, this one's a little bit longer. This is from Sid, and the title is Porta Potty Sequel. Hi, Josh and Logan. It's Sid. You know, the guy who said Logan wasn't fat that one time? Oh, God, that was funny.
That was very funny.
That was one of the funniest things a listener has ever said to me.
We were in Rosemont, outside of Chicago. And we had just done a show together, a stand-up show, not a live podcast.
Yeah, just stand-up.
And this guy's coming up talking to us. We're having a quick chat. And as we're chatting, he's very complimentary of our sets and everything.
Yeah.
And then kind of out of nowhere, like right as we thought we were about to all part ways, he turns to Logan and he's like, "You're not, like, fat like you make yourself seem."
I believe the exact wording was, I was expecting you to be a lot fatter because of how you talk about yourself or something.
Yeah, that sounds more correct.
It was something like that. It was a compliment. He was being kind of being like, listen, you're hard on yourself. Mm-hmm. You aren't that fat. But it was to just say I was expecting a fatter man.
Yeah. Also, when
you feel great either way.
Yeah, when you say that, you are saying fat. You know what I mean? It's like when people say something's not that bad. It's like, so you're admitting it's bad.
You're admitting it's not great.
You're just saying it's not as bad as people have made it seem.
Ooh, thought this would be worse.
Yeah. Which was still, I could tell it came out wrong, even when he said it.
It's like we have a lot of listeners who come to shows now, and they don't, they know your stand-up, but they don't really know my stand-up, and they'll be like, oh man, like I didn't know what to expect, and like you're funny too, and I know they're being complimentary. Mm-hmm. That wording doesn't feel great because it means they went in maybe expecting me to suck,
or just like not really knowing what the show would be.
Right? Yeah.
Like maybe they thought that we'd just be up there together.
Yeah, that we'd be together. I'd just be off to the side, just laughing at your jokes. I wonder if what they imagine it's going to be. I have nothing.
Yeah,
I have no story
they'd be sitting next to you.
Yeah. But I loved hearing the process of you guys coming up with a whole movie script on the fly. In the Porta Potty Killer episode. I like coming up with stories too, so here's my shot at a sequel with a twist at the end. Hope you guys enjoy it. All right, here we go. The retired detective is woken up in the middle of the night by a phone call from the police chief. The chief is asking him to come to a new crime scene despite his retirement. It looks like the Porta Potty Killer is back. At the crime scene, there is a new detective who can't stomach the mess. Three dead, 4 in critical condition, and 6 stalls out of commission.
That sounds like Pablo Francisco way of describing the movie. Like when you list it like that.
3 dead, 4 in critical condition, and 6 stalls out of commission. The old detective suspects next of kin, but the killer's son and daughter are both clear. The son hates his dad and is all too happy to see him in prison. And his daughter hasn't seen him since she left with her mother, his ex-wife, 9 years ago.
It's like when you hear it as more than just a sentence at a time, it's so funny because imagine if the narrator guy from the trailer really was the guy the entire time, like the full Morgan Freeman guy.
You either get busy living or get busy dying. Poor poor Andy had to crawl through 100 yards of human shit. Do you want me to keep doing the voice?
Yes, please.
The detectives go visit the potty killer in prison. It says potty killer, which I know porta potty killer is already funny, but potty killer just seems silly. I like it. The detectives go visit the potty killer in prison and get his input. He says there's only one person who could do such damage.
Potty killer does sound like he's 4.
It does, yeah. His nephew. A skinny, athletic kid who's lactose intolerant. A skinny, athletic kid who's lactose intolerant and has the metabolism of the Flash. He has a twisted mind and he has a twisted mind and digestive system that can eat anything, and it runs right through him. And he's always admired. A twisted mind and digestive system. And his stomach's in knots. And he's always admired the potty killer. As they're told this, the news reports show another incident. This time, an entire bathroom was taken out and there were 2 deaths. The killer tells them that there must be a mastermind behind the incidents because his nephew isn't that smart and they should look for them first.
Yeah, my nephew a fucking idiot, so.
Listen, he's violent, but he's dumb.
Look, when I tell you that he ran into some nails when he was little, and one of them went right into his head, he not all there.
At the latest crime scene, the new porta potty killer leaves a new calling card. In parentheses, a literal card taped to the wall that says, You'll have a cumbersome mess cleaning up this case. The new detective gasps, now knowing the mastermind behind the new line of crimes is the Punisher, which I believe is my alter ego. Josh is not enjoying this anymore because now there's puns. The old detective calls the police chief asking if he had info on this Punisher guy. Chief says he's heard of him and knows just the guy to catch him. The scene changes to a cryotherapy room with a man in the chamber on his phone. Chief, hey, you busy? Man, what do you think? Chief, right. Well, I hope you're good and charged because we need your help. With? He's back. With help. This time, we need you to put him on ice. Man makes angry grunt noise. Chief, we need you to put him down for good. Man with ice powers who hates puns. It'll cost you double for that slip up. Man with ice powers who hates puns hangs up phone and steps out of cryotherapy ready to take down the Punisher. Wow.
What? Yeah, but what happened to the movie accent middle way through? Did you just drop it?
Oh no, sorry, I was doing voices because but I did drop it.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
But I was doing different characters. It felt weird to be like, Chief, hey, you busy? Man, what do you think? That seemed weird for them to just have the same. So now, okay, this is one of the most intricate callbacks episode now.
Yeah, someone has really listened a lot.
This is now 6 episodes of lore.
Yeah. We should be careful to only do this once in a while.
Oh yeah. No, yeah. This is if this is anyone's first episode, they're lost. They are absolutely lost.
Yeah.
They have no idea what we're talking about because now it's you and me, and our alter egos are now characters in this movie.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
No, it's fine.
You seem concerned.
No, but it's like I don't. Yeah, I can't even tell you which episodes to go to for some of these. You know how when you really start following comic books when you're a kid, and they're like, oh yeah, the Hulk first appeared, because the Hulk was never in like just Hulk 1.
Right, yeah.
The Hulk was in like Action Comics 7.
Right, yeah, exactly.
And so now you have to go back and read Action Comics 7
Yeah.
to see, and then even when you go back to Action Comics 7, it's not really the Hulk, it's like Bruce Banner getting like upset that his coffee order's wrong.
Yeah, I think you literally. So, okay, so that. So the man with ice powers who hates puns and the Punisher, I believe, their first appearance was number 116, Joshy on Ice. The Porta Potty Killer was the next episode in 117, the Porta Potty, a true crime story. I think we talked about all of that again in 50 Shades of Yellow. So like the last 4 episodes. At least. Or I guess there's going to be a Thanksgiving episode in there too. So we'll make sure to not talk about anything lore-wise.
Yeah, jeez.
Thanksgiving episode.